so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun, the rain, and the apple seed. The Lord is good to me. And our next one is, I love myself so much. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. And next is Amazing Grace, sung to the Peaceful, Easy Feeling. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. I've got a peaceful, easy feeling. I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on solid ground.
That's extra.
Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieve. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. I've got a peaceful, easy feeling. I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on solid ground. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace has brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. I've got a peaceful, easy feeling. I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on solid ground. All right. Good job, you guys. You're awesome. So next, Barbara's going to come up and do announcements for us. So you can sit down.
Okay, here we go. Oh, and I'm working. Okay, I think this is last week's. So I'm going to say that today is the party for Pastor Paul, who's leaving. And we invite you all to stay with us after church to celebrate his beautiful presence here all these years. So everyone's invited. Please stay, come and eat with us and say goodbye. And that's hard, so now I'm leaving. Anyway, prayer pilgrims. I got this right this time, right? Our prayer pilgrims are trained prayer chaplains who are available during and after Sunday services to spend some time offering individual spiritual support and prayer. Additionally, prayer pilgrims will call you once a month to reach out to you. If they cannot reach you, they will leave you a prayer message. I know I always enjoy mine. This service is now available to any congregant or friends or family who would like to receive these prayer calls. And if you have not been called and would like to receive a prayer call, there are prayer pilgrim request forms on the back table. Simply fill out the form and fill it in the, leave it in the basket on the back table to be added to our prayer pilgrim calls. Love in Action, thank you all who have helped sign up for the programs. Our calendar's full. Thank you for all the hours of volunteering you've made. And one more time, thank you to everyone who donated, moved, unpacked, set up, priced, sold, bought, packed up, cleaned up, and the many, many hours of effort brought in over $1,100 for the church when we had our weekend last weekend. So we're grateful and thank you all. Thank you. Book lovers, we have a new bookstore manager, don't we? Yes. Ben, thank you. You want to stand up? Ben's going to take over, and we're really grateful and appreciate him. Thank you so much, Ben.
And let me interrupt just a second. Ben's already created a Facebook page for the bookstore. Please like that page so you know what's happening in the bookstore.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I'm going to lead myself there for sure. We've added a second Course in Miracles group midweek, so we're still meeting Sunday at 11:30 in the Unitine room. Also, we meet in the Fireside room on Wednesdays at 5:30, and we always have a lively, loving chat and read the Course and share life experiences. Everyone is welcome, and it's lots of fun. And gift cards. We have a wide variety of gift cards available in the foyer. Please take a moment to see Jackie or Diana for a list of cards you can order. And all cards give you full face value for your dollars, but benefit our church community here. So that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Barbara. This is the time in our service when we stand and join hands and sing the Lord's Prayer. If you're new to our community and you're not a hand holder, you can just let people know that. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory
You may be seated. Good morning, everybody. How are we? Fabulous. Great. Wonderful. Excited? Yes. Hawaiian. I have a lei, but when I put it on, I can't see the stuff, so I had to take it off. And I don't have it because of my own volition. It's like, Joni's a little pushy, and she said, nope, you can't wear that shirt, put this one on, and here's the lei. So there you go. So I was interested, so I looked up. Today is 102 Sundays, 102 months that I've been with you. So I was curious about that symbolically. And what I discovered was 102 in the Jewish system of assigning numbers to words, it spells out the word faith, which I thought was an interesting little thing. So I just wanted to share that with you. So we have a monthly affirmation that I wrote for you because you as a congregation is getting ready to go through some changes. So let's take a look at that. It says, my mind is free of resistance and open to exciting new possibilities. Can we affirm that together, please? Together. My mind is free of resistance and open to exciting new possibilities. That's correct. And today's daily word says this: I am designed to see light and love. Ralph Waldo Emerson described a prayer as the soliloquy of a beholding and jubilant soul. Divine Spirit is always inviting me to behold the love within my heart and to celebrate it. I was born with an unlimited capacity of joy and love, so it is easy for me to live as the jubilant soul Emerson identified. When I pray, I acknowledge truth's expression in my being. I acknowledge the divine expression in all living things. I release my preconceived images and ideas about people and situations, and instead behold the divine in each one. From this higher viewpoint, I see goodness in all. With a gladness of heart, I embrace my proclivity to see the divine in me and around me. And from the book of Acts, chapter 17, verse 28, we read, in him we live and move and have our being, as even some of your own poets have said, for we too are his offspring. And so it is. And now we'll turn it over to our music team for prepare meditation.
This is a song I wrote as a prayer. It's called I Trust You Can. Take this day and fill it with wonder. Be a shelter through the night. Mold my life, serve your purpose. I trust you can. I'm in your hand. Take this world of fear and worry, fill it with your peace and grace. Give us hope, strength and courage. I trust you can. I'm in your hand. Life can be hard and overwhelming, and we can feel betrayed. when I seek your heart, your truth, your spirit, I will not stray. For this I pray. Take this heart and fill it with mercy. Guide my thoughts, oh, to your plan. Shine your light of love and understanding. I trust you can. I'm in your hand. I trust you can.
It's the time we set aside in our service that we can turn within. We invite you to do that. We invite you to put both your feet on the floor and sit up straight and set aside anything that you might be holding, unless it's a dog, and relax. Taking a deep breath and hold it for a moment and then release. Breathe in, hold it, and then release. And as you breathe in, know that you breathe in God. And as you release love. Breathe in God and release love. For the truth is that God and love and you are all one, so you can equally breathe in love and release God. For you're not separate from love and you're not separate from God. In fact, you're God expressed. You are the divine made present on this earth. You're special. So just take a moment and come to center and relax. Relax, knowing the truth of who you are. Relax, knowing that divine love surrounds you at all times. Relax, knowing that you are here on purpose, with purpose. You're not an accident. This month we've been looking at success, and today I want to focus that success for a moment on this church family, and I would like you to just take in your mind and see Unity Church of Modesto in whatever image of it you might hold. Whether it's the people or a specific person or perhaps the building or the sign out front, but just grab an image and hold it in your mind for just a moment. And now I want you to see that as it expands, as it's being led in new ways to open to the community of Modesto. That the truth of unity spreads out from this place and from these people to touch the minds and the hearts of the larger community in which it thrives. See this church community as it embraces new leadership and becomes excited about its new direction. Hold that success image in your mind for a moment. The truth is that a church is not the building. It's not the location. The church is you. The church is each of you coming together on a spiritual journey. And as each of you grow and expand your consciousness, as each of you continue your spiritual path, the synergy that's created will, in fact, expand and grow and make perfect this place we call Unity Church of Modesto. And so it is. Amen. Okay, so this month we've been talking about success, and we've been talking about it from many perspectives, but what I want to do is I want to start out this morning sharing the quote that has been our guiding mantra all month, and it's from Thomas Edison. He said, if we did all the things we're capable of doing, we would literally astound ourselves. And then we've used Jack Canfield's insightful book and empowering book that we've used for the month, which is The Success Principles, how to get from where you are to where you want to be. And this month we've recognized and aligned with our inner creative power to succeed, acknowledging that success is God ordained, is ours to claim. And as we succeed, we prove one of the fundamental spiritual teachings of the Unity movement. And that teaching is that there is good, there is power in this universe, and that goodness and that power is ours to use. We can create out of the power for good in this universe that which we choose to create. And that's what we're doing when we succeed. We're living out and expressing that divine spiritual truth. There is power for good in the universe, and we can use it. And there's one other thing we do when we succeed, and it makes a difference in the world in which we live. And as an illustration, I want you to think for a moment about the honeybee. Because it's a small little creature, and its primary objective in life is to go after nectar and gather it together to support itself and its hive. And that's what its mission is, if you will. But unknowingly, it's involved in a much bigger purpose. It flies from flower to flower, gathering together nectar, and it gathers pollen on its wings. And as it moves, it begins cross-pollinating. And all of the rooted botanicals in the world are allowed to thrive and expand and grow because of this one humble creature called the honeybee. It's an unintended activity of the bee's desire to take and create hive success. And that's how we are also. As we pursue and achieve success in our lives, there will always be unintended byproducts for good. Some you may see and some you may never see. Some you will know are there and some you may not know. But rest assured, as you succeed, you make a difference, not only in your life, but in the lives of others, because there is no such thing as private good. Today we're going to conclude our topic, and we're going to take a look at two final principles that I think takes us to that place where success becomes ours, that place we can talk about and the place it starts. And although it may not appear to be necessarily Unity teachings at first blush, I want to jump right in. The first success principle I want to talk about today is number 30 in his book, and it says, face what isn't working. Wow, that doesn't sound like a lot of fun. I think last week was more fun when we got to make a list of all of the successes we'd had in our lives. But hang in there for a minute, because we need to talk about this. The visionary writer Aldous Huxley once wrote, facts do not cease to exist because they are ignored. For a good Unity student, that seems as though it's contradictory to what we teach. That we're not supposed to hang out in a space that has negative thinking or negative thought, or think about something that isn't working. We're supposed to be positive. We're supposed to focus on the good all the time. We might even say that looking at the negative isn't a success principle. We might even ask, isn't that thought contradictory to what everything is I've learned at Unity? But I do think it's what we're called to do in the book, It's All God, written by Walter Stock. He says this, he says we have to double think. When we're faced with challenge, or when we're looking at our path and we're looking at where we've succeeded, or in fact what's not working in our life, what we do is we look at doublethink. What is the truth? What is exactly where we are? And we need to know that truth. While at the same time, we have to know the truth that whatever that condition be, it's only temporary. And if you will, this too shall pass. Canfield, he writes it in his book, if you're going to become more successful, you have to get out of denial and face what isn't working in your life. Not to dwell in it, but to face it and deal with it. Do you make excuses for a bad marriage? Are you in denial about your lack of energy, your excess weight, your ill health, or your level of fitness? Are you failing to acknowledge that sales have been on a constant downward trend for the last 3 months? Successful people and organizations face these circumstances squarely. They heed the warning signs and take appropriate action, no matter how uncomfortable or challenging it might be. They are willing to look at it, what it is, and deal with it rather than try to hide and deny it. Years ago, I met a marvelous lady who was my first Unity mentor, and believe it or not, she was from Augusta, Georgia. And she was stereotypical of what you might expect to see if you were to hear what she used to say to me. And she often said, honey, denial ain't a long river in Egypt. And there's truth to that. The idea that we can somehow ignore truth and go around it, maybe we have to stop denying it, and we have to face it head on, and we have to decide what it is we have to do to make it work. In other words, whatever we're afraid of, it's time to face it head on. It's time to deal with it because we don't want it to get worse. But from a spiritual perspective, the facts can make us move into a new level of beingness. If we assess and duly and appropriately look at what's going on in our lives, we might be able to change our lives because we were able to do that assessment. The Reverend Dr. Arthur Chang wrote a number of articles that I've read over the years, and one of them he wrote this. He said, succeeding through the creative pathway requires that we grasp the notion that the category of experiences we label problems, in today's context, we will call them those things which aren't working, are simply disguised opportunities. The Chinese understood this and correctly rendered the same character to represent both crisis and opportunity. It is said that it is one thing to pray for opportunities, but quite another when opportunity knocks, to complain about the noise. Problems are the noise opportunity makes as it knocks at our doors. Our problems provide the creative tension necessary to make us go deeper within and find the unsuspecting spring of spirit just when it may appear that we don't have enough to get the job done. In that quote, I love this line. I love when he says, our problems provide the creative tension necessary to make us go deeper and find the unsuspected spring of spirit just when it may appear we don't have enough to get the job done. Face them, deal with them, and then let that take us deeper into our spiritual understanding and our spiritual growth. Canfield, who can be outrageously practical, suggests we make a list of what isn't working. And in his book, he says, take a look at and do an inventory of 5 areas of your life. And what would you discover if you did it? Take a look at your health. What's going on with you health-wise? What changes need to be made? What is your body telling you about the condition of it? What has to happen differently? Is there anything about your health that needs attention? Well, start paying attention. And finances, how's the flow of money in your life? How are you doing? Do you have enough material good happening in your life? Or do you have leaks financially that need to be patched up? Get honest about that. Take a look. How about your relationships? What are the quality of the relationships? Not only romantic, but at work or in your community or your next door neighbor. The relationships with families and friends and mates and coworkers. Is there anything in your relationships that need to be cleaned up and dealt with? He also says, take a look at career and creative self-expression. How do you express your gifts and your talents? Whether you do it for income or not, are you living with the purpose that you were put here for? Are you doing that thing you were put here to be? And finally, he says, take a look at your spiritual and personal growth. Take a look at your relationship with yourself. Take a look at your relationship with the God of your being. What are the critically important things you may need to do? I have a friend who is leaving today for a family vacation, and I spoke with him this week. And he's Catholic, and he's raising his children to be Catholic. He has 3. The oldest is 10. And I said to him, so what are you going to do about church? Because for him, you don't miss church. And he said, well, we'll go to Mass on Saturday. But you know what, Paul? It's kind of just something we do anymore. That's kind of sad. Because it's not about just showing up. It's about growing. It's about understanding. It's about becoming more and more. You can take a look at these 5 areas, and you can decide to depend on making one of them change at a time. Take a personal inventory. Maybe you want to get some help from some other people. Maybe you'll understand that you have a short fuse and you need help getting it under control. Maybe you understand that you spend too much and you need somebody to mentor you through that. Maybe you need somebody in your life like my mentor who said, denial ain't a long river in Egypt. Well, it's not working. What do you need to do? What action steps can you take to get your life on an affirmative track so you begin to really live and express unity truth? Choose just one thing and do it. Don't think about it. Don't stew about it. Just do it, and then take another action and another action until you get the situation fixed. And that takes us to the final success principle from the book that I want to talk about this week. And that's success principle 63. That principle says, start now. Do it. Oliver Wendell Holmes once said, many people die with their music still in them. Why is this so? Too often it's because they are always getting ready to live, but before they know it, time runs out. Let's not be one of those. There is no perfect time to start. There is no waiting for the stars to align. There is no waiting for my horoscope to be in perfect order so that I can change. Go ahead. Make the change. Give the gift to yourself that you begin now, today, to change those things you need to do. Remember that great quote from Goethe? He said, whatever you can do or dream, you can begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. The true key to success, however you've chosen to define it this month, is really to take action right now. Make an inventory, decide what you need to do, and get to work. Quit thinking about it. Quit waiting on that someday I might, or someday I will. Today's someday. Make it now. Please don't die with the music still in you. The world needs to hear your tune. The world needs to be aware of what it is you need to express to the world. You were not put here on accident. You were put here on purpose. You were put here to make a difference. You were put here to grow and expand your consciousness. You were put here to finally understand that you are truly an expression of the divine right now on this planet. We all know, I think we know, that Jack Canfield was one of the co-authors of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. Is that not correct? We know that. He had to say, and in your handout I put this, he said this about the early days after the book had first been written. He said, when Mark Victor Hansen and I first released Chicken Soup for the Soul, I thought it would be a good idea to sell the book in bulk quantity to some of the larger network marketing companies, thinking they could give them or sell them to their sales force to motivate them to believe in their dreams, take more risks, and therefore achieve greater success in selling. I got a list of all of the companies that belong to the Direct Marketing Association, and I started cold calling the sales directors of those larger companies. Sometimes I couldn't get the sales director to take my call. Other times I was told, we're not interested. Several times I was actually hung up on. But eventually, after getting better at getting through to the right decision maker and properly discussing the book's potential benefits, I made several significant sales. A few of the companies liked the book so much, they later hired me to speak at their national conventions. Was I a little scared of making cold calls? Yes. Did I know what I was doing when I started out? No. Had I never tried to sell math quantities of books to anyone before, I had to learn as I went. But the most important point is that I just got started. I got involved in communication with people that I wanted to serve. I found out what their dreams, aspirations, and goals were and explored how our book might help them in achieving their objectives. Everything unfolded because I was willing to take a risk and jump into the ring. You too have to begin from wherever you are to start taking the actions that will get you where you want to be. You and you alone are responsible for taking the actions to create the life of your dreams. Nobody else can do it for you. You and you alone are responsible for the outcome of your life experience. You have all of the talent and the resources that you need to start right now and eventually create anything that you want. I know you can do it. The God of your being knows you can do it, even if you don't think you can. So what's yours to do, my friends? What's your first or your next step? How has this month inspired you, both individually and collectively, to move into an expanded level of success? As a congregation, I want you to think about those ideas also. I want you to think about what is our next step, and I know some of those next steps have begun. And then as an individual, what is your next step in supporting this church family as it moves into its next part of its history? The truth is, this church has been here for a long time, 88 years. It's going to go on. And it's important that you do this. I've quoted lots of times the book, Your Needs Met, and it's written by Jack and Cornelia Addington, and they said this: the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. There is no scrimping in the fullness thereof. In the infinite mind there is enough to spare, plenty of ideas, plenty of customers, plenty of the symbol known to us as money. The only requirement is that we receive it first in consciousness. Nothing is withheld when we look to consciousness for our supply. God accomplishes through us. Our success is God's success. God does not know failure. How then can we? God bless you. Have a great week.
No, I'm not going to sing. I'm taking a few minutes of our sermon, of our service today to recognize Paul. So I want to recognize Paul, and I'm not doing a very good job right now. When I came to Unity of Modesto, you came in 09, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been 8.5 years, whatever that was.
He came in
I guess it was 9, yeah. I guess it
November of 09.
Yeah.
I came in January of 10.
November of 08. Luis was here,
08? So then I came in January of 09. Okay, so I'm older than I thought. And when I came to Unity of Modesto, I knew the principles of Unity, but I didn't know the church itself, and I didn't know anyone in it. I became familiar with Paul, and we became fast friends. I ended up serving on the board, multiple terms, still on the board. And we all know who Paul is and how he has strengthened this church and this congregation. He's brought us peace, allowed us to grow, allowed us to feel safe and secure, but he couldn't have done that alone. All of us have worked together with that, in that sense. We all know he's a controller. What you may not know, he's also an enabler. Paul and I both share a love of cars, but I like really fast cars. And I have owned many, but I had held off purchasing another one because I felt I was just a little too old to be speeding around. And Paul, every opportunity he had, would call me and say, hey, I saw a new Porsche on this car lot over here, or I saw a Porsche over here, or whatever. And of course, I would dutifully go and test drive the car and talk myself out of it. I failed this year and purchased myself a fast car. So, and I'm going to blame Paul for that one. But we all want to recognize Paul, the board, the congregation, those present and past who have benefited from him being a member of our congregation. Now, if I can open this, I would like to present this to you.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave this in the box,
Okay.
but I'll have you read it.
Okay. It says, at times our own light goes out, and it is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has come to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. That's a quote from Albert Schweitzer. It says, thank you, Paul Patterson, for your light. Love, Unity Church of Modesto, 2017. It's a beautiful part. Oh, okay. Let me do this. Okay. Hang on. Let me do.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so we're going to get back to our service, believe it or not.
Actually, we're going to get to music.
Oh, you're going to sing? Oh, who's singing?
I am.
Oh, sing. Go. See, that's not a control freak, right? I show up this morning and I'm told you cannot wear that shirt. You have to wear this shirt. You have to put a lei on. Where did it go? And I'm just this obedient child. Okay, I'm going to sit down and shut up. Go.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Thank you, Margaret. It's now the time in our service that we share our gifts and offerings, and I invite you to join together as we say our offering statement. Together, divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I've got the wrong song up again, because I want you to learn the words to this one.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Let's pray. Mother, Father, God, thank you for this beautiful day, and thank you for this place where we come and grow and learn and expand and create friendships and memories. God, we bless these gifts and each person who is given. It's our commitment that these funds will be used to further spread your truth. And so it is. Amen. So I'm going to ask you to remain seated for a moment, and we're going to start to close out by joining together and saying our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. So, my service as the spiritual leader of Unity Church of Modesto comes to a close. It's been complete, and I feel good. It's been 8.5 years, and it really started out with this literally drive on a Saturday afternoon when I got this message, Unity of Modesto needs you. And I've said this to you before, I really didn't want to respond to that. So I didn't. And I had a really miserable week. And I got the message the following Saturday. I'm like, okay, God, I got it, I'll go. So I showed up here, and the minister at the time said, I talked to him after service, and I said, I don't know why I'm here, but I was told, so here I am. And he said, well, I know, because I'm going to be on vacation next week, and I don't have anybody to take my place. And I said, okay, I'm your man. And I left here that Sunday feeling really good about it. It's like, oh my God, I can stand on my head and do a Sunday service. That's a piece of cake. He never came back, and I never left. I'm really glad that I did show up that Sunday, and I can remember Ted Henning, who was the board president at that time. He came to me and he said, Paul, I really don't know what we should do next. And I said, you should hire me. You need me here. I don't know if I ever told that part of the story. My personal growth in getting ready to do Sunday services, as well as the classes that I've taken and the books that we've shared with one another, have been a gift beyond measure. I've been able to share with you from the depths of my heart and on a very personal level, and that has blessed me tremendously. I've been trusted with your heart and your soul, and that's been a treasured gift from you to me. I've been blessed by the parties we've had and the celebrations we've held and all the fun that we've shared together. We've played and we've laughed and we've cried and we've had a good time. All of that's part of the human experience. I've been blessed to officiate at weddings in this place. I've been blessed to be part of memorial services. But I want to caution you now. And that caution is this: you cannot move into the future if you don't let go of the past. I urge you to move to the future. Visualize high expectations for this church, and visualize a stronger and stronger and stronger emerging Unity Church of Modesto. She says that's true. Hey, JJ, you're interrupting my talk. Thank you very much. I want you... You don't do this, remember? You stay quiet. Yes, you stay quiet. Anyhow, I really do want you to let go of that of where we've been. It's time to move forward. It's time to do something new. And I want you to be aware of the fact that you can become stronger and better and better and better, but you have to let go of the old. It's over. Officially, tomorrow starts a new chapter in the history of this church. And that certainly doesn't mean that in any way what's going to happen here is going to end because I'm walking out the door today. It means what I was put here to do is complete. It now also means that the church is set free to grow and become and go on and do what it was supposed to be doing for the next 87 years. I urge you to release your attachments to what's been and open your hearts to what's possible. Let it be different. Let it be free. Let the new leadership expand for this church into whatever area it needs to expand. Let it create and live with its own evolution. The church will always be a reflection of the people who attended. The church will always be a reflection of the people who serve on the board. And if it gets negative, it's because the leadership and the membership have become negative. And if it stays happy and joyful, it's because the leadership and the membership have stayed happy and joyful. Do not let it go backwards. Let go of any demands. Let go of any expectations. Let go of any thought that Paul didn't do it that way. Allow yourself to experience what's in store. Allow yourself to let it go. Unity of Modesto faces change. That's the facts. And I talked this morning a little bit about face the facts. Take some inventory, but move forward. I also want to leave with you one more happy thought. You know, someone asked me, well, I don't know if it's a happy thought. I don't know if it's even one. Somebody asked me this week as I was leaving my school, which is another part of my chapter closing. So what are the secrets of life? And I was like, oh, I know what they are. Number one, we're put here for purpose. Number two, crap runs downhill. If you don't want to get crapped on, get up the hill. Number three, talk's cheap. And anybody can say anything they want to say, but it's performance, it's getting it done that matters. And number four, there is a God. There is a true spiritual power in this universe bigger than you or I. And the truth is, wherever you are, God is, and all is well. Let's circle up and sing the peace song.
That wasn't made. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just thank you all for circling
God
up.
bless you.
There was an announcement that was not made today, and it is an important announcement, but it's good. Follows Paul's little speech. Joe Sloan, Reverend Joe Sloan, will be with us next Saturday, doing a training from 1 to 5. And all of us are invited and encouraged to attend because it will help us move forward and let go of the past. And then Joe will graciously do our service on Sunday. And he will be attending the recruitment team meeting, but he's open answering questions from any of the congregation. We ask that you call the office and let Laura know if you're planning to attend Saturday's training, and we really encourage you to do that, but we need to have a head count. All right? If you have any questions, talk to any of us, give Laura a call. Thank you.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin
Okay, you have to sing it again.
with me.
You have to do it all over again because I'm only a third of the way. So do it again.
Let there
God bless
be
you.
peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment peace eternally. Let there be peace
Okay, one more time we're going to do. No. I do not have control issues. Let's do the Johnny Appleseed song.
Oh, good idea.
Let's end with that.
The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun, the rain, and the apple seed. The Lord is good to me. The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun, the rain, and the apple seed. The Lord is good to me. The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun, the rain, and the apple seed. The Lord is good to me. The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun, the rain, and the apple seed. The Lord is good to me. The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun, the rain, and the apple seed. The Lord is good to me. The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun, the rain, and the apple seed. The Lord is good to me. The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving Paul.
Things I need, the sun, the rain, and the apple seed.
The Lord